Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to this week's first update. We're going to talk about crude oil prices. They're up quite sharply and look to turn short-term bullish on the back of increased tensions in the Middle East. The US just sent USS Arlington to join forces with other ships they have in the region, and there are talks of tension between these two countries and comments from both the US and Iran, and that is causing people to lift crude oil prices. Now, I personally don't think nothing is going to happen. I think, for example, if Iran would try to do something, it would be very, very difficult for them to overcome the US military. And at the same time, if the US would decide to do anything there, I think the condemnations from the rest of the world would be really, really strong as well. So I think it's more of, flexing muscles more than anything else. I think this for now is obviously driving prices. And of course, if nothing really happens, maybe crude oil prices could trade lower eventually. But for now, the theme of today is increased geopolitical tensions, and crude oil prices are rising on the back of that. So let's take a look. This is crude oil prices, and this is West Texas crude oil and not Brent crude. And the price has been bearish for quite some time. In fact, here in early May, I said that if we take out 62.32, we should trade lower, and which we did touch the profit target, and then went back all the way up and then traded lower again. So the price has been repelled from around 62.32 a few times, but now on the fifth time to trade lower, we're not really seeing that traction, and probably on the back of those comments from or back from the tensions in the Middle East here. So I think this could potentially sort of trade slightly higher, and if it does trade above 63.04, the market could touch maybe something like 64, and then we will just need to see what happens. Again, I don't really think anything's going to happen, but it's a very news driven market right now, and we could just rally higher as tensions in the market sort of heat up. On the other hand, if we manage to trade below 63.04, then I think this could potentially cost the price to trade lower. Again, we might trade the upside here and then go up and then down and potentially upwards. So that's sort of the bullish theme that will kick in on a break to 63.04. Now, if we look beyond what's going on in crude oil markets and focus on other things like U.S. stock markets, well, the S&P is down now with 1.84%. The Nasdaq is down by 2.46%, and this is on the back of the new tariffs on Chinese imports, and also President Trump has instructed government agencies to introduce or start the process of potentially introducing tariffs on the remainder of goods that they import from China. So you're looking at up to about 300 billion of goods that could be taxed at a higher level. And as far as I understand it, they have up to a month to find some sort of a deal. If not, that will kick in by the end of June, I think, at least according to different news resources. And what's happening here between US and China is that Donald Trump is commenting and saying a lot that maybe the Chinese are going to try to wait this out until the new elections and next year. So Donald Trump, what he wants to do is he wants to ensure that he can get a deal before it's time for the new presidential election. So I think he's going to push really, really hard now to get what he wants, to be able to win and get reelected on the basis of that. So I think it's going to be more and more difficult, more and more turmoil. And if indeed we see stock markets trade lower, as I have been projecting since we started to trade lower here a few days ago, then I think crude oil prices would follow on the back of that. But right now, again, it's sort of geopolitical tensions that is driving crude oil prices, and that is what we're seeing those prices trading upwards. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates like this. As well, on our YouTube channel, you'll be able to join me for our morning brief at 9:30 a.m. where we look at a lot of different markets like crude oil prices and sort of give you a view on where I think people will be buying and selling. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.